Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and beautiful little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you most deliciously. 3, 2, 1, my juice, little lights. Thank you, little lights. You're delicious and bright. Yeah, ones must always remember the batteries. Now then, my delicious babies, so the time is, what's the time, Mr. Wolf? So it's just gone 1:30 in our old afternoon in our old England, my delicious little babies. And yes, we have a very grey sky, a little bit windy. It's going chillier now, but of course, we expect that for November, even though it does not feel like November. It's really strange. It just doesn't feel like November to me. Okay, my delicious little babies, it really doesn't. And I hope that wherever you are in the world, that life is treating you most deliciously wherever you are, okay? So, yes, so what have I got first for you, my little lovely? So we've got... Okay, now some of these are called films. Some of these are called action and adventure. Some are called documentaries. They all seem to be called different things. But anyway... I'm going to begin. These are all on YouTube, okay? Now, for some strange reason, films have been coming up on my feed. Some have been coming up, and then others, well, they have been, let's just say if I'm looking for other videos, then these are popping up, okay? That has not been happening before. That has only been recently, probably in the past, I don't know, probably in just under a week. So what have we got? So we have got Last Signal. Okay, they're all well over an hour long. Okay, Last Signal. That was done in or out in 2022. The next one is Moment of Contact. Okay, that's 2023. Then you've got Fire Ants, 2012. You've then got The Mechanic, 1972. And then you've got The Unseen Ram, and that is 2020. Okay, my little beautifuls. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I have not clicked on any of these because it's asking me to verify my age. I mean, I do not understand why I have to verify my age. I mean, some of it just says, you can watch or like, say if it's even a 15, you've got to verify your age. Okay, so I'm really just not too sure about this. But anyway, anyway, there is two that I want to take a look at, which is The Mechanic, and the other one is Unseen Realm. Okay, they're the main two that I want to look at. Anyway, but so I just thought I'd just mention it. Okay, I've just let's just say chose these. There's other ones on there, and they didn't jump out at me. So it's the case with these is I'm in pieces, bits and pieces. It's just a song. My delicious little babies, you know that with me. If you're so very kind enough, so thank you, for even watching any of my videos. Okay, my little beautifuls, and thank you so very much for any views, for any likes. Yes, so I'm pretty sure I'll be watching those too. But it's just important. It's what jumped out at me. Okay, my little lovelies. Okay, so it's up to yourselves. Okay, of course, we can also talk about the years. 1972, 2012, 2020, 2023, and 2022. You know what I mean? Anyway, the next one, I think this one here, how many was it? 28 minutes or something. This one here has 143,000 subscribers. Okay, my delicious little babies, and this one's called Barry. So it's a capital B in the old space bar in YouTube. Space Step That's with a double P, so it's not one P for step, it's two P's. So Barry Step. And the video should read, the most disturbing videos on the internet today. Yeah. Now, at the start of this is all to do with Bohemian Grove. There we are, which of course we know. We've got our lovely David Icke. Our lovely David Icke is back on YouTube. My delicious little babies. As he's up to now 891,000 subscribers. He's going to be putting up videos from over these years, very sadly from when his dear self was banged off, as well as others, very sadly, for there we are, for telling the truth anyway. But the fact of the matter is, it's lovely to see him back. Okay. Yeah, so dear David and others, we're talking about this because this is part 459. We're talking about this many, many, many years ago. Okay, so really, there's nothing new about that. I mean, there will, be others who have not seen, that to do Bohemian Grove. But then there's other things, and then they're talking about, parts of the Bible, and all this, okay? Because one's, in my view, will, forever will, let's just say, talk about these matters. Anyway, there's other little things in between, okay? So yeah, I think that's about over 28 minutes long. Now, this one here, this is a couple of weeks ago now, okay, my delicious little babies. And this upload happens to have 265,000 subscribers. I think that this was it over 16 minutes long? It wasn't long. Okay, my delicious little babies. And the uploader is called capital A, Africa, space, capital R, reloaded. Okay, so it is Africa space reloaded in the old space bar, should anybody happen to have any form of an interest. And the video should read, now this, that doesn't mean though, just got hair in my bow trace. Now, I'm not talking to anybody who's in geopolitics, sorry, and so they will already know about all of this, okay? This is to do with anybody who does not know, about this. Okay, so the video should read, the West is terrified. Gaddafi's son returns to take back Libya. Okay, my delicious little baby. So I'm just going to repeat that again. The West is terrified. Gaddafi's son returns to take back Libya. Well, I mean, if this happens, then, because as we very well know, Mr. Gaddafi had many little bands. Do you see what I mean? Okay, but this one son, he went into hiding for quite a while. Anyway, he came out and now he's decided to do it. I'm just wondering, my only thoughts was when I was listening to the video, okay, this is not to do with the uploader, okay, this is to do with my thoughts, okay. My thoughts was, well, why would, I mean, if he can do this and, bring the country, back to some sort of whatever our definition, of normal is, yeah, stumbling there, okay, after, another country decided to invade it and of course, well, basically wreck Libya, you know what I mean? But as we're seeing, there are many other countries who very sadly are going through this as well, aren't they? My delicious little babies can. But if he can do this and bring Libya back to, I'm only saying about, the video that I saw. If they can manage to do that, and he can manage to pull that off and then try to get the country back, to some way where the country, bless them, can function, because there's a lot of instability, as there has been, there we are, for many years. Well, this will be a wonderful and joyous thing to happen. But of course, I would not like to see at all, something terrible happen to himself, just like his father. Anyway, but worth a little listen, okay? My delicious babies. Now, finally, this uploader happens to have 2 million subscribers, my delicious little babies. And this uploader, for some of you, you may know him, for others, you may not. Me personally, I've never come across this uploader before. I've never seen him before. It was when I was scrolling for other things. And he's called capital J, Joe, space, capital F, Phaser, Fazer. Okay, so I just spelt it for you. That is the uploader, Joe, space, Phaser. And the video should read, this is only over 10 minutes, okay, my delicious little babies. And the video should read, I travelled to Afghanistan and left within 3 hours. Okay, my little beautifuls that you all are, just repeat that again. I travelled to Afghanistan and left within 3 hours. Okay, so let's close my book. That's everything ticked off. And oh no, sorry, there is one more, but I'll just quickly just tell you this. So sorry about that, I missed out one more. So yeah, so basically what's happened is, the long and short of all this is that I think him and a friend, they went to Afghanistan. Of course, they're all men. You didn't see any women. Well, I never anyway, watching that little video. And everything was fine. So he got there, everything was fine. So at the airport, everything was fine. Then went to their hotel room again, going in there, said everything was fine. And of course, because he's a YouTuber, okay, and just to let you know that there was other YouTubers that went there, only according to this video that I heard. And, well, they've got locked up over there. I think they were classed as spies, or called spies, when, they went, over there, clearly to, just film the country, to go and have a look. But it seems that for certain they was not happy with that. So what happened was, so then he went to, I think he managed from that. They went to Kabul. And, well, it all changed. Okay, so they're asking him, they're saying you cannot film, they wanted to know about his microphone, which of course he was being genuine. He was just, to film the country. He just wanted to, visit inside the country. So basically the situation sort of just gets worse, really, okay? Then they go to a theme park, which of course it's like a ghost town. And then, of course, they're saying that you cannot film, okay? So they're really not a very happy little bunnies anyway. So he decided to come out of the situation. And he said he wasn't going to go any further because, he doesn't fancy getting locked up, him and his friend, okay? And, yeah. And then he booked a flight, for early the next morning. And just another thing I want to say, that when they arrived there and they got to the hotel, they had to dress in a dress and like trousers underneath. So they had to dress like that. Now, okay, different countries do different things now, okay? But if anybody enters our country, so this is not racism or prejudice, I'm just done saying it. If anybody comes into our country, well, they don't get told, do they, if they go into a hotel, okay, well, you've got to come out of your clothes and then step into some other clothes. Okay, this is my point. There we are, another point that I'm making. But they seem to have a very different laugh. And as we very well know, they have sorry, stumbling again, I'm not changing my video. They've been letting a lot of Afghanistans in, okay? Well, this is not a good situation, the way I see it. I mean, they've got their country. So this is not being awful. I mean, we must not forget either that, that another country, of course, caused problems in Afghanistan as well. That's probably another reason why they're on their guard in Afghanistan. Do you see what I mean? Okay, so that is understandable. However, they have totally different regimes, totally different rules. I think they seem to have their own rules that they seem to make up, it seems. Okay. And, well, at the end of the day, I mean, we just do not operate like that. So, what am I saying? You're not coming, the Afghanistans who've been coming over. So, this is not being rude or disrespectful. I'm not saying that there is not some nice Afghanistans. I'm just done saying that at the end of the day, that they're not coming from a war-torn country. Fair enough, they're in a terrible mess from what happened, as we all very well know, which, of course, Tony Blair over here, that putrid piece of shit, was part of. Okay? So, the same as America. Okay? But this was not us personally who's done this. Okay? This is to do with putrid governments now. Okay? But what am I saying? What I'm saying is, okay, because they've gone into there, haven't they? They've gone into Iraqi war. They've gone into all different places. Do you understand what I mean? Okay, and wherever you always see the Americans, you always see the English. It's to do with our putrid governments over the decades. Okay, so my point is, they're not coming from what I can see, a war-torn country. My view is my view, and I do not believe that they are. So why are they letting him in? Did they get asked to dress in Western clothes? No, because some of them choose not to. They choose to walk around in their own clothing that they would wear in their own country. Okay, I see it here. Okay, when I walk down the road. Do you know what I mean? If we go to shopping centres, wherever I go. The fact of the matter is you've got some who will dress westernised and you've got others who will not. Okay? So to myself, I do not see that as being correct. Do you know what I mean? That's just the way I see it. If you're a tourist, or you're just visiting, so, you shouldn't have to go into a hotel and dress in a different dress. Okay, so some would say, well, it's their country. They can. Well, no, I feel that is there we are going to extremes. That's my own view. But towards the end of this video, what was most amazing is that this uploader here said that he still would like to return. He wants to go back. Well, why? Because you put yourself in that fear, isn't it, to come out the country? So I do not, and this is an English uploader, so, I'm not being nasty towards the uploader. I'm just saying, well, why do you want to go back? Because next time you're not going to be so lucky, isn't it? Do you see what I'm saying, my delicious little babies? Can you see? Like, when you've been given a chance, there we are, you must take the chance, isn't it? So if you choose to go back, then the fact of the matter is you may very well not get a second chance. And then if they decide to lock you up, then you've just been done locked up. So that was just a silly statement, to come out with, to say, oh, well, to go back. It's just bonkers, man. I mean, you can see in some of the comments, only look at a small number. Somebody said, put in capitals, do not go back. Do you see what I mean? So there's an old-fashioned Jamaican saying, if stick is brook in your ear and you do not take heed, then therefore you're going to get what a duck gives you. And that is what I'm done saying. Sometimes you just got to leave. The best way for me to explain it, just leave some countries alone. This is a trouble, and I'm not being nasty towards uploaders, but this is a big problem from what I can see. I've been done talking about this on and off. There seems to be a big issue here. It's like they don't want to hear what's putrid mainstream. They don't want to hear what's on the putrid mainstream. They don't want to hear alternative views. They want to go and look themselves. Well, what happens when ones do this? There's certain countries I would say just to keep well out of. There we are, just keep out of them. Because your presence is not required. And they're making it, there we are, very clear where they stand, how they stay. Do you see what I mean? So I didn't understand that. If he goes back, okay, well, leave him to it. Leave the man to it, isn't it? Because I don't think he'd be like in behind bars there. okay? Because you got here where, from what I'm told, where, well, anyway, it's a different system. There, they've got no, another old-fashioned Jamaican saying, they've got no skin on the bird trace. Absolutely none at all. They do not ramp. You could just clearly see that. You see what I mean? And this is why I say, there's some countries, like I say, you should just keep out of. Just leave them to their own business. It is not for other countries to be going in or even thinking, oh, yeah, I'm going to do a YouTube video. I'm just going to do this, you know what I mean? Because another country is not going to be liking it. And this is clearly, there we are, what we're seeing here. So I'm pretty sure probably them YouTubers are still locked up. However long they're going to be locked up for. I mean, I'm pretty sure the families are probably trying to get them out or something, I'm sure. But this is why they shouldn't do it. This is why with channels, it's like you got others, you got ones, there's so many videos on YouTube, my delicious little babies, where, you got others where they go to other countries and they to perform these, I don't know, these selfies and everything, then they end up flipping, flipping falling or something terrible and tragic happening, proper fatal, okay? And then you got others. I mean, there was another one, what was she from? Was she from Russia? And she, she went travelling on her own, and anyway, I forgot, I'll have to find this video, my delicious little babies, okay? And then she was, asked to go, where was it, over to Thailand. This is not so long ago, my delicious little babies, to do with some modelling work, with your clothes on, modelling work. Well, it turns out that she did realise she was in trouble. Well, anyway, the fact of the matter is, whoever it is has removed her organs, and that's over in flipping Thailand. So, this is very serious, you know what I mean, what's going on. But of course, you tried to talk to these, and it's all for clicks, it's all for subscribers, it's all for, when is this madness with some? Okay, there we are. When is it going to end, man? And when are they just going to understand now? Your man here, like I just said, he should just keep his nose out, not even just go there just to go and visit in that rock, because I do not feel that next time he's going to be so damn lucky. But so I'm not shouting at you, my delicious babies. It's just, this is what I'm saying. They live a completely different life in different countries, in some of them. And if you're not welcome, you're not welcome. And there we are. And they make the feelings known. Do you see what I mean? Okay. Now, finally, my delicious babies, this uploader happens to have 7.95 thousand subscribers on her YouTube. And the uploader is called capital T, the space, capital V, Vultures. Okay, and the video should read, it's not very long. What is it? Is it about over 10 or 11 minutes long? Something like that. UK TV licence bullies shut down by homeowners who knew the law. Yes, I'll just repeat that again for you, my delicious little babies. UK TV licence bullies shut down by homeowners who knew the law. Yes. So now I can close my book. Yeah. So it seems more and more and more are refusing to pay their television licence, television programming. We've all been there. I personally have not paid my licence for years. I have had visits. And also I've received a recent letter, telling me I'm on the final, all in red, that I'm on the final warning, and everything like that. Now then, well, I took a look at it and I ripped it off. But that's the answer to that. Do you see what I mean? Okay. Well, this is a good thing. What's happening? Because why should ones pay for a corrupt television system with the BBC? Well, why should ones pay to be lied to? That's the question that I'm asking. Simple things, just a question. Anyway, so it's very interesting. There's so many now. It's just unreal. Absolutely, what you see. Really is. Anyway, so until my next video, whether it's morning, afternoon or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies. Sending peace, love, harmony, and brass blessings to each and every one of you. May your beautiful little selves, your beautiful little families, may you all be fully protected, okay? So, yeah, I just feel that our country, England, has been more than accommodating, but we certainly do not ask others to dress in other clothes if you are a different nationality or a different culture. But yet, when you go to some other countries, then they expect you to do that. So something's not adding up, isn't it? Do you see what I'm saying? Isn't it? It's not adding up. So anyway, one should be able to talk about this, and I do, because I do not feel that I'm saying anything wrong. And really, if you were to see the video yourself, there we are, you would know for yourself. Do you see? Anybody would know for themselves? I'm sure that there are plenty of other uploaders also, uh, uploading videos like this. But sometimes, one's got to know when to quit. Just to, because it's not worth, I'm telling you straight, it's just not worth the bother. Would I want to visit any of these countries? Certainly not. It's not my cup of tea, not at all. You know what I mean? So sometimes, like I say, you're given a chance, there we are. Just take that chance and don't go back. Because if you are, then it's your own fate, isn't it? So that's off. So until my next video, so very much love. Thank you so very much once again for any views, for any likes, because as you know, my videos just do not get out. And whatever happens with Mr. Gaddafi's, with one of his sons, we can only hope that we can hear some more information on what's going on. But I can only hope that he's not going to find himself very sadly in a, it's like it's taking a gamble, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like it's like a roll of the dice. And ooh, do you know what I mean? I mean, if you can manage it, like I said earlier, if you can manage to get it, but it's going to take, from what I can see, some work, a lot of work. Not unachievable. It is just going to take a lot of work. Well, not just, it will. So you just take care. So very much love. How I love you also. Thank you once again. Blessings. Goodbye.